Hello filmmakers, it's Carrie, and today we have the new DJI Action 2. Stay right there. We'll be right back. All right, so we have the DJI Action 2 dual screen combo here. We'll do a quick unboxing so you can see what's in it. And then after that, we'll take this thing out in the field and get some real world footage from it. So let's take a look in the box. So when we first open it, we've got a QR code to go get the Mimo app and some instructions on apparently how to use the lanyard. Kind of interesting option there. We have a little pamphlet here, or pamphlet holder, that's got quick start guide, safety guidelines, and a couple stickers. So there's that. And then we have the camera and the screen option module. So let's take a look at this little guy right here. That is the Action 2. Now looking at it, we have a microphone on one side, our power and mode button on the top. We have, looks like a spot to add a little lanyard, that kind of notchy thing you see a lot. Then you have these two notches on either side, which are going to be used for connecting some of the accessories. You have the accessory port on the bottom, which is how some of the modules communicate. And then you have the front of the camera itself. Now there are some magnets on here so that you can attach things like the macro lens. I don't know how many people are going to use an action camera for doing macro shots, but because of its small size, that actually could come in fairly handy for certain things where you just really can't get a big camera. So that's not available yet, but when it is, we'll certainly give the macro lens a try. And then we have the screen module. And in this case, with the dual monitor combo, this is how you're going to charge the Action 2. Right here on, we'll just kind of go around this one as well. We have another microphone port. We have our speaker. We have our power mode button over here. There's nothing on the bottom. On this side, we have our USB-C port and another microphone hole. And on the bottom, there's the two notches here. So I guess you can continue to string modules on here. I guess we'll see how that works later on. We have our nice big screen and our power port on here. And just like, and then to connect them, really just kind of bring them close to each other and they're going to snap together. And then just push on those tabs to lock it in place. And now you have a full working Action 2. Now you don't need to have the second module on here. It does give you additional battery and it gives you some additional functionality, but you know, and a front-facing screen, and that's important. But let's compare this to the size of the original Action. So at first glance, they look pretty similar, but in terms of their depth right there, the original Action is probably 2 millimeters thicker. In terms of the width there, we have a little bit more there on the Action 2. And on the height, they are very, very close. Probably only about a millimeter difference in height. So in some dimensions, it's smaller, some dimensions, it's bigger. But of course, without the extra module on here, it's quite a bit smaller, and even smaller than a regular GoPro session. To release the two pieces, you'll see these little bridges on these handles. And if you push on those, it'll release those, and now it's only holding on with the battery, and you can just pull it off. So pretty simple there. But let's look at what else comes in the dual screen combo. So open up the top pouch here. We have a USB-C cable. We have our lanyard for certain types of mounting. We have a regular Action camera mount And this is metal. This is really nice quality stuff on here. And this is just going to attach to the bottom here. And you got to line this up right. And I see these tabs are closer to one end than the other. And you look at the camera and the little notches to connect are closer to the lens than the back. So, whoa, they just definitely connect solid. And this is a very, very secure mount. I mean, that thing is not coming loose. So for some of you who were interested in putting this on an FPV drone, one of the concerns with just a magnetic base is if you're doing 80, 90 miles an hour, is this camera just going to fall off the magnetic base? And the answer is no. No, it's not going to. It is extremely solid on here. I would be concerned about all this glass, and that's just going to be a concern. I mean, if you take a crash into some rocks or something, you are going to shatter this glass, unless this is some crazy Gorilla Plus glass that's unbreakable or something, which I doubt. So if you're going to be using this probably the way it's intended, you probably want to check out the DJI Care Refresh. On something like this, it's not that expensive, and a replacement is going to be pretty affordable, so I would definitely go with that. On the bottom section here, we have a magnetic base and a little ball mount. So similar connector on here, and it looks like a 1/4 on the bottom. So I could either just put this on something metallic, or I can do it like a regular tripod mount and put it on here. Now for me, if you watch my other channel, Trail Traveler, you'll know I use a lot of action cameras and we do a lot of stuff with the Jeep, but the Jeep body is aluminum, so this is not going to stick to that. But I do have clamps that go on things, and the 1/4 can attach on there. Or I can use this on the steel bumper, but I'm going to have to see just how strong that is before I'm going to be confident in just dropping this on the bumper and hoping that it all stays in place. But one thing I do want to take a look at right here, we've got the monitor and the camera connected, and then we're going to take this piece and connect it to that. So now you have a stacked system here. So the monitor piece is connected to the tripod mount, so I can use the front-facing camera and put this in different places where I want it. So pretty handy and pretty simple solution on how to connect pieces together. There's no data port on the bottom of here, but it's going to work just fine being connected to any of these mounts. So that's kind of cool. So let's talk about the lanyard mount. And you know, I don't see that I would use this. It's as a wearable, I mean, maybe to get some shots, and maybe I'll try it out when I'm doing stuff on the other channel to see if it's really gonna be handy. But there's two pieces to this, which is interesting. And let's see, looking at the manual here. Oh, I think I understand it now. So it has little dots on here that look like the data port. So if I put those on the data port, man, does that snap into place. And then it's going to connect to that. Jeez Louise, these magnets are strong. So probably excuse the noise here. If I have it under my shirt, all right, I'm wearing a camera. How about that? So, pretty strong. Yeah, takes some force to pull these pieces apart. So, are you going to use the lanyard? I don't know. Comes with it though, so that's pretty handy. Yeah, and I just flung the other magnet piece all over the room here. So this is the DJI Action 2 dual screen combo. So this one is $519. So it's a little pricey, but it is a modular system that can adapt to regular action camera mounts and tripods and lanyards, and there's probably going to be other accessories available soon. So check these things out. If this is something that interests you, having a super lightweight camera that you can put in, you know, really tight places, or put on an FPV drone, or do some other things with it. Well, the Action 2 can do up to 4K at 120 frames per second. That's going to give you some really nice slow motion at a good resolution. So that's one of the things we'll be testing out when we get out to do our actual recording with it. There will be a lens on here that you can put on that does macro. Well, I don't know if I'm going to use this as a macro camera, but because it's so small, you can probably get it in to some places that you normally wouldn't be able to shoot macro photos or macro videos. So that could be interesting, and we'll see when that lens comes out. We'll certainly be playing around with it. Now this package, the dual combo, is $519, so it's not definitely a cheap option, but the fact that it is a modular platform and it comes with the mounts and the second monitor with the extended battery and all that stuff, I mean, is that a good value? Well, you just have to determine that for yourself and see if this is something that would work for you. My concern is this big piece of glass on here. That just has me a bit weirded out. I don't see that it comes off. I don't know. We'll have to see what options there are coming for protecting this glass. Otherwise, it's going to be a little scary putting this into certain situations. But the system works fine. The interface is nice and smooth. I don't have any complaints yet, but we still need to go out to the real world and put it to the test. But for now, if you're interested in getting the Action 2, any of the different options that are available, the camera only, the Pro combo, this one, the dual screen combo, be sure and go and order it from our friends at Multicopter Warehouse. So just go to multicopterwarehouse.com. They have these available for pre-order right now, and they'll be releasing to the general public in about a week or so. I don't really have the exact date. I think it's November 4th or 5th that they'll be able to ship these out to you, but they will have them in stock on that release date. So either go into the store, DJI Colorado in Centennial, Colorado, or get your order in so that it can ship out on that release date. So thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Kerry with Filmmaker Central. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.